to order. Pledge the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Scott Powder,
Here.
Richard Sharp,
Here.
Colleen Stevens. Here. David Austin.
Present.
Ryan Dykemeyer.
Here.
Tim Kubiak.
Here.
Michelle Baker. Here. Todd Wilkeney.
Here.
And I am present.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of September 16, 2020 public meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Old business, number 1, 7223 West 126th Avenue, Wellward, Maureen Fisher Brooks.
Last time you guys ordered for a demo order to be completed by Ryan. He's been working on that. Obviously, this has been on here for a very long time, so the timeline to make sure that that was accurate was a little bit lengthy.
Yeah, we were trying to confirm the amount of time it's been on here to include in the order. Michelle did confirm that to me. I have the order mostly done. I just needed to confirm a couple of dates from the file, which I have now, namely the date of the unsafe premises report. So we'll plug in those dates. We'll get it over to Michelle and Tim to mail out and post to the property, and Tim can have at it.
Not that you have anything else to do.
Something to do or something to knock down?
Okay.
That's not the worst thing, though.
2611 Klein Avenue, owner Sergio Riza.
At the last meeting, you guys asked that we contact demo contractors. That has not been completed yet.
Okay.
We will have to make sure that we gain access and find somebody that will come and do stuff.
And I've been working to get together the unsafe premises report. That one is nearly completed. Or excuse me, the order of demolition. When I was reviewing the title work, there does appear that the taxes on that property are delinquent, potentially by as much as 2 years, if not more. So it is certainly possible that it was up and has either been purchased at tax sale or it's going to flop over to the commissioner's sale. I don't have that information. It's a bit of speculation, but knowing that it's usually 2 years to get on the tax sale rolls, it certainly could have happened.
Mr. Chairman, we were notified, Bill was notified by a subject that wanted to do a haunted house or a haunted forest on that property.
Be appropriate.
We requested a meeting with them to try to get maybe somebody from the family to come here. And they sent a representative instead. And the guy alluded, we did not allow him to obviously do it, but he did allude to the fact that the property was being sold. So there was a possible buyer. Hopefully we may get something going on that property soon.
Yeah.
In the future.
First time, huh?
And I guess I just have something, I mean, about the demo pricing. I mean, if I start soliciting prices from these contractor guys, I mean, I looked up, there's like a place in Gary and some Illinois, like big demolition companies, but at the end of the day, if I start getting prices from these people to do this and then call them back in another 6 months to get prices again, we're gonna find ourselves, if we do want to get it demolished, nobody's gonna want to do it because we've had some instances like that before. You get a price, and then you end up, when you try to call. But I mean, we're looking at $250,000 to get that thing tore down and removed. I mean, I think that rather than, like I said, it seems to, if you start throwing out soliciting bids for it, you're not going to do it. It seems to hurt you in the long run because then you go back the next time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that I think isn't the greatest idea, but since there's such a selective group of who's going to do that work, I mean, there's not hundreds of people that are going to do that. So I don't know how you guys want to move forward, but again,
Where did the number 250 come from?
well, we got a number before for about 100 to 125 to just get it on the ground in a pile. So
Okay.
at the end of the day, by the time you grind that up and haul it away, I mean, you're gonna be looking at another 125 for trucking unless you leave it there. But, I mean, by just, a shot at it, that's gonna be what we're looking at, to actually, unless you can just, if you can find somebody that could do it and take the steel out and grind up all that brick and block and use it, recycle that material to use for some, for a project or road base or whatever, you may be able to, work it out with somebody to get a little bit better price. That was kind of the nice thing with the building with the development there. If somebody did buy it to develop it, and you could use all that material for road base, you would save a lot of money on trucking and hauling all that stuff
I
out.
think the original idea was to get a number, send them a letter and tell them that as of X, there's a number out there that they're going to start at, was the idea, to get some kind of motivation for them to either do it themselves or
Right.
that was the idea, to send
And
them
that
a
last
letter
number
because
to
it's
get
been
it on the
on.
ground wasn't it?
Yeah. 100.
100 to 140 or
120,
125.
That was the number to get it. in a
I think I remember you telling us that.
Just
yeah.
the building, just the big building, right?
What
It's
about
just a
anything underground? What
Just to
about
knock
a
the big
tunnel
building
or-
down.
That was to get the building, and at the time, the chimney, I believe, was down now. That was to
Chimney's
get
down.
all of those buildings in a pile.
Right.
That's it, just so they were, but again, a pile is a pile, you know what I mean? That
There's a
was just to
pile,
get it
really.
down in a pile.
Well,
So
They've told us before there's buyers.
And then never.
Yeah.
we've been hearing this for the last year steadily.
and that was my attitude about it was, is we send them a letter with a number on it saying that as of X date, the demolition is ready to go. Okay,
And you're gonna be, I mean, that's.
we're
gonna be-
starting the number starts at, we don't have to say it, it starts at that number
Right,
and goes up from there.
Right.
Trying to motivate them. This thing's
Right.
been on the books for over 5 years. We've been dealing with
and
this.
I mean, realistically, that 250,000 is a good number to say it starts at.
To get it all cleared out and
If you wanna-
everything, yeah.
Took the floor down and cleared it out.
Need to update documentation in this file though, to catch up to that number. The number's accurate, for sure. From bids, look-sees and all that into your file for current use.
Think we
It's-
send that
That's
right?
I mean,
Think, right?
but again, like I found that in the past, when you start doing that and then you go to really get it done.
Bring it current. It's get your old stuff out.
Right,
It's not gonna be less.
right, exactly.
And if a project like this actually moves forward, under the statute, there is a provision that once we start to proceed, we can actually put sort of like a lis pendens on the property. So if they sell it in the meantime, there's notice on the record that, we're knocking this down and we're gonna have these costs. So it sort of preserves Cedar Lake's interest in the meantime, as opposed to all the other situations where we don't do the actual leaning until the property's done. This would give us an interest in the record. So if they sold it, title work would catch it, and the potential buyer would know that the city or the town has an interest in the proceeds.
Personally, I want the letter with the number sent to them that we are moving forward and as of X date, however we're gonna do this with the documentation of it. That's my thing, to get some kind of motivation on this thing. We're wasting so much time and getting nowhere at all. And yet, once again, it's October. Now we have people want to go have
Yeah,
haunted
haunted
places or
houses.
whatever on the property, and
Again,
Yeah,
know.
they haven't.
And
made
they're
their
gonna be
annual-
over there again. The kids are gonna be over there again. It's just, I'm just,
Usually they show up in October. to
Yep,
tell us that it's
They're
on.
usually
Yeah,
here
yeah.
once a year.
Yeah, yeah. First of October,
so
or this meeting, actually.
I'm tired of excuses. Every time they come in, they're gonna take care of it, or somebody's gonna buy the property, and they gotta develop it. So all that is to me, just a stall.
right.
And even if it
Plenty
hasn't
of
been up for tax sale, if we're not aware of that or whatever, I think, in my opinion, we should move forward like it hasn't been,
Mhm.
and we're gonna go ahead and go with this number.
Even if it was up for tax sale, your quiz says property owners would have a year to redeem that.
Correct.
So if they were
Correct.
negotiating with a buyer, they could
Correct.
buy it out back from the tax sale and do it.
Whatever the procedure is to file, if someone else buys it, whatever you said that term was.
Oh, yeah.
To secure the
Yeah, like a
title.
lis pendens.
I'm wanting that letter to go.
Need a
Whatever.
motion? Do you think we need a motion, Ryan? I'll make a
Yeah.
motion. We send a letter with the dollar amount to have it torn down.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, number 3, 12740 Hilltop Lade and Dunn Land Trust, 1351.
I did send Bob, a letter like instructed last time when he was present to discuss that property. He also did come to the town hall to talk to me as soon as he received that.
Okay.
Your turn.
Your turn, Bob.
Oh, okay.
Can you stand or are you okay there?
I'll just say right here.
Okay,
Caroline run out from under me.
okay. We need your name and your address. first.
Okay, my name, well, my previous address is 11536 Stevenson Street, Crown Point, Indiana. My name is Robert C. Brown of Crown Point. And anyway, we're talking about the house on this up.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Okay. I sold that property to Maverick, and he's here.
Okay.
On contract, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. And anyway, he's living there, and he disabled, his family is disabled. So I told him he could show some improvement to the property. And so he started painting it a couple of days ago, or a few days ago. And he lived on a fixed income. So he's waiting for his social security check to go out and buy something, 5 gallon bucket of paint in order to do that. So it's a house that can be fixed. It has a foundation and it has a block under it. So,
Is a full foundation under, there's a full foundation under it, Bob?
yeah,
Okay,
he's lived there for 25 years.
Okay.
You know, it's time you own it, so you pay me a rent. And pay it off and you own your own home. I'll just keep it. Forever. But, and he has done some regulars on it and then the flat.
okay,
He does make a question about next down the south. If he doesn't have title for the piece of property that they won't work on it. I said, why didn't you say something about this? Because that's no big deal. If you can find a lawyer, you'll only need them for it. So why you're not going to be it over? Then you can go in and get some help from HUD to make it work. So it's something that can be fixed. It's his home. So,
well, if I can interrupt there, hang on, Bob. It appeared that it had been abandoned. There were nobody living there or living there periodically. So
he's here's that. You're the one.
we need you,
Version 12740 Hilltop in Cedar Lake.
okay,
Between water problems and septic problems and two other things, I wasn't able to get down there. But I'm down there now. I'm living there now. And that's what he said. As soon as I get some more paint, I'll finish the house. But I don't have to get the
Are you gonna
sun.
send it?
I have painted some of it, as you see, if you want to buy it, you can see how much it does to fall. But I don't go over a lot of them, might fall off.
good idea.
Yep, yep.
I bought a paint sprayer, so once I get the paint, I'll be able to paint faster. But I'm living there now.
Every day you're
Well-
living there?
Most of the time, I have to go up to my sister's once in a while, but otherwise, I'm there.
Go ahead, chief.
Good.
Sir, you don't currently have the gas turned on to that house, correct?
Yes, I do.
When did that get turned on?
About 2 weeks ago,
Okay. And the electric is on?
yes. Electric, gas, water.
Okay. The roof is in really bad shape. Does it leak?
No, not anymore.
it was leaking and we finally got somebody to come in and they patched the hole.
Is there a rodent problem?
No,
What about the oil you have on the ground out there in the pans out there? On the property?
oil and
There's there's a pan full of oil and there's also oil spilled all over the ground out there. You guys have any idea where that came from?
didn't know there was any there. I mean, there was oil spilled on the driveway out of the truck, but I don't know about any oil.
Okay, ultimately, Bob, you still own the property. correct? You still own the property, correct?
I had title to the property.
Okay, so that would be, you're the owner, then if you're the title owner, then you're the owner of the property, okay? Can you hear me now? How's that? Letter better? Okay, you have the title, so you're the owner. Okay. The fire department did their inspection, okay, and found it to be unfit for human habitation under the circumstances when they inspected it. Okay? You and Mr. Maverick are going to have to figure out something quickly to put the house back into condition where it should be, people can be living in it. Okay, because he hasn't been living in it pretty much all summer long. The neighbors are very concerned of the blight in that area with that house. Everyone else is trying to keep their yards, homes, and everything fixed up, and that place is pretty much an eyesore, okay? So if you've got the gas turned back on and you got the electric turned back on, okay, well, the grass has been cut. That's not been an issue, but it's the condition of the house. I mean, there is some clutter that needs to be probably removed from the premises also. Outside, yes. Okay, I mean, the ordinance enforcement officer, I believe, have you gotten any tickets from that? Because I'm sure they would be coming to you, Bob, because that's where the title search would come up, or the owner search would come up under your name. Okay, it wouldn't come up under his name.
I don't
So-
recall seeing any in town for it.
Okay. So, pardon me? Okay,
Okay.
but everything to the end of the driveway there, to the back of the house, okay? All that should be gone. That's basically junk that's in the yard, okay, that's against town ordinance. So you might want to work on that on the outside also to help the neighborhood out there too. Okay, if you're living there and you're trying to fix it up, we're going to take your word for that and hope that it progresses a little bit faster than, because the weather's getting bad. They're going to be getting bad soon. So, but they'll be keeping an eye on it. Let's put it that way. Okay. But anything that's involves that right now, it's your responsibility. Okay.
I mean, it's past the point of a new coat of paint.
Yes.
I said
Yeah.
it's way past the point of a new coat of paint. The house is way past just needing a coat of paint on it.
Okay.
I mean, that roof it needs some, it needs a little TLC.
If I title it to him, and he would get some help from HUD,
That'd be great.
that would be great, wouldn't it? So that's what I really plan on doing.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
See
It'd be good to see him pull a permit on that. Work to be done.
All the lawyers I've had are dead, or they retired and went to judgeship in the courthouse. They're hard to find.
Well, I think to start with, the pictures we have up here, a new roof is definitely in order.
Yeah.
Which would actually help preserve the rest of the house. You know that, and your son knows that. Maybe, can your son jump in on that or not? Can your son jump in on that and get that project or what?
What now? In my what, son?
Your son, the one that does the rehab and stuff.
He's so tied up
Okay,
with his own house, so he's gonna have to have someone donate some time to him somewhere. along
Well-
the way To make it happen,
let's try to make this move forward, okay, as quickly as possible, okay? Okay, well, the paint isn't really the issue, okay? I mean, it'll help,
Yeah,
but
it's one of the issues, but
that's
yeah.
one of the situations. I mean, but the roof itself and just the overall appearance of the property is really not fair for the neighbors around there to have to look at that every day.
And it also meets the criteria of an unsafe building, so that's why the report was written and you're here today, sir.
So it meets the criteria as an unsafe building. We could proceed on that as far as demolition if we had to. Okay? So you guys work together and try to help us out, would you? Okay. You too? Thank you. What do you want to do with this?
Can we have him come back in 30 days to see if anything's been done? You want to do that? Is that too soon? Chuck? What do you think?
Do it in December.
December? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
No.
That's,
Yeah. Take care, Bob. Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Take care of it.
like Sammy Sosa.
Oh, that's good, man. That's- Update item, 7118 West 131st Place, Noel Orlando.
He was here in August,
Uh-huh.
and then he gave a report. He couldn't make it to the meeting in September, but he gave a report that he had completed the fence, completed the concrete, had a tree removal company coming out. And then he was fixing it up and I haven't heard from him since then, so.
That was
Hopefully.
September though, right?
Last month. yeah.
No,
Last month, right?
right. He was here in August.
Right.
Okay.
In September, you asked him to come back, but then he couldn't. But he gave me that
That
report.
report.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with this one?
Now he's back December
You
18th.
just keep it on the update.
No, he was supposed to come back.
He was the one that wasn't right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we want to keep it on the update for next year.
Yes, that's fine.
Oh, you want to keep it on the update for next?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll
Keep it on the update?
Yeah, thank you,
Yep.
Carol.
And then the next one, we gave him till
It's for
November.
November, yeah.
Yep.
Next one, yeah.
Any public comment? Motion to
We don't
adjourn.
need that.
No.
Motion to adjourn.
All
Yeah.
in favor?
I'll second.
Tree, concrete.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.